What's going on? Big A, the Manky Geek, coming at you with another video, and it's time to talk about Iron Fist. I was supposed to do this video last week and I didn't because I was ill. I just couldn't get it done. So this week, yes, we're doing the Iron Fist Season 2 Netflix Marvel video. And yeah, just gonna jump right into it, man. It's like Season 1 left a lot to be desired. Like the fighting, the characters. I wanted it to do what Luke Cage does, which is Luke Cage took blaxploitation 70s and applied it to modern day for Luke Cage. I wanted Iron Fist to take 70s kung fu movies and apply it to the modern age for Iron Fist. I didn't really feel like it did that. I felt a lot of the fight scenes were lacking. There's a lot of obvious like cuts between things happening close up and things happening far away. When you knew the far away shots were definitely a stuntman doing a lot of the fighting, and I was just like overall kind of like, me personally, disappointed. Some people really love the show, but overall I was really disappointed. I really enjoyed Ward's story. I thought Ward's kind of like his whole thing with addiction and the fact that him being kind of an arrogant asshole, it is part of who he is, but it's also there because of like a lot of abuse that he's faced over the years from Harold Meacham. So I liked that a lot, but other than that, I was just like, I don't know. Then we got Luke Cage Season 2, and we got an episode in which Danny Rand appears in that episode. And that's the best version of Danny Rand that there's been. Like, the best Danny Rand isn't one that's in Iron Fist Season 1 or 2. It's the one that appears in Luke Cage, which is nuts. That shouldn't be the case. The best version of that character should be in the show that's actually theirs. But yeah, I digress. So this season kicked off and it was better. Like, I enjoyed it a lot more. Like, a lot more. I was more into it. I enjoyed more of the fighting. I enjoyed more of the story and where it was going. There's some things that I didn't expect to happen, and we'll talk about those hopefully at some point if I remember while I'm babbling. But yeah, overall I liked it more. I liked more of what it was trying to do. So in this season you've got Davos, I forget how you say it, and he hates Danny. He hates the fact that Danny Rand is the Iron Fist. So he works, oh yeah, by the way, spoilers obviously, he works on a way to steal the Iron Fist from Danny, and Danny gets sidelined. I'm sure it's like halfway through the show, and then the show isn't really about Danny. It's about the power of being the Iron Fist power, and the legacy of it, and who it really belongs to. Again, that's stuff that you don't really find out until the end, and they kind of just like weave it in there. But I kind of get it. So it's like, and it's only 10 episodes, so it doesn't feel overly long. Again, Ward is really good and he has a really good kind of like side story in there. But yeah, Danny he's more mature this time around. I feel he's less whiny than how he was in Season 1. Colleen is pretty much the same. She's a very interesting character to watch. Strong female character, and not in the like cheesy sense of the words strong female character. I mean like literally strong female character, but she's got substance, you know what I mean? She's got personality and all that. Misty appears in here as well to help the gang along with like investigating stuff and doing general cop stuff. And then you've got Alice Eve, who's Walker. What was she called? Elizabeth Walker? Something Walker? Liz Walker? I'm sure it was Elizabeth Walker. But her character, Alice Eve, like I didn't even realize it was Alice Eve until I was watching the second episode. And I went, hang on a second, I know that face. And then realizing it was her. And her like split personality character was really good. I was really interested. And then we get a bit of backstory that she was being held in Sokovia and she was like in prison there. She was in the military, and something happened where she just kind of switched, and her other side came out and kind of helped her survive an event and killed loads of people. and I just thought that was wicked. I just thought that was really good. Iron Fist season 2 is simple. It was a story about someone who wants power, so they get the power from the person that they think is unworthy of it. We then see how they use it, and they use it in a very kind of aggressive and wrong way. And then the rest of the show is about like trying to get that power to its rightful owner. Now I said earlier that like I enjoyed the fight scenes, they were a lot better, but all the best fight scenes don't involve Danny, which when I was watching, I was like, this is really weird. Like they all involve Colleen. So there's this fight that Colleen has in a tattoo parlor, which was really good. I really enjoyed that fight. And it was just, again, long takes. You see a lot of action going on. 3 combatants in that fight as well. So stuff was always happening. I was like, damn, man. The sideline Danny and the focus is on Colleen. And I didn't quite get that the focus is fully going to be on Colleen in the future, or at least a fair amount of it. So Iron Fist isn't actually about Danny anymore. It's about the kind of legacy and power of Iron Fist. But yeah, getting back to the fights. And then she had a like multiple, I don't know, 5 or 6 person fight in like a parking lot towards the end. I'm sure there was one more fight that she had that I thought was pretty wicked, but I can't quite remember. She kind of fought Davos. Yeah, I think she did a little bit. But yeah, those 2 were the like main standouts for me. Yeah, it was overall just a better experience than the first series. I'm trying to think as to what else kind of like stood out. I mean, I can talk about the ending, but I think I should really probably leave that until closer to the end of the video. I think villain-wise, Davos was good because straight away we see that he has no problem killing. And I was just like, great, wicked, cool. He mashed up those guys with those axes straight away. Swip, swip, swap, done. You know what I mean? And I was just like, yeah, I'm into that. I like that. I like the fact that it was kind of like light and dark going against one another. Two halves of like the same thing, yin and yang, I suppose. I'm sure they actually make that reference at one point. And then we get a lot of backstory of them kind of being brothers and growing up in Kunlun. And just, yeah, overall, I just felt this was more of a cohesive attempt at showing us Iron Fist. Now, thinking about it, I think probably one of the weakest characters is like Joy for me, just because I don't understand her motivation. Her whole thing seems to be, I didn't know my dad was alive. Now he's dead. Ward kept a secret from me, and so did Danny. But it's like, your dad was evil. Look at what he did to your brother. Look at what he did to Ward. Look at why Ward's so messed up. How can you then like justify kind of your actions towards the both of them? And she just seems a little bit selfish to me as a character, and I'm just like, why? I don't know why you've got such a vendetta. I mean, you can be angry, but really, at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure it's good that Harold Meacham isn't around anymore. So yeah, I found that to be pretty weak. Misty showing up out of the blue, I kind of liked, and her and Colleen are like, well, whatever the female version of bros are, you know what I mean? So having her show up, and we've not got Claire anymore currently, anyway. So yeah, it was good to kind of like have it interlink and have Misty actually be part of the story. And yeah, I guess the thing with Colleen and her family and like where she actually comes from and like how she's connected to Kunlun, that was it got to its most interesting in the last episode. So when Danny finds like the box, and it's all like shattered and that after the fight with Davos, and yeah, he kind of has that coin thing and he flips it over. Obviously, we don't see until Colleen finds out that it actually has the Iron Fist symbol on it. And that was like, then I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. I get why the focus has been on Colleen so much, because again, it's about legacy and who the Iron Fist is really for. And in this version of like Iron Fist, that power is really meant to be hers. She's connected to Kunlun, and therefore, you know, it was right for that power to be passed on over to Colleen, although she doesn't think she's worthy of it because she was formerly part of the Hand. And what ends up happening at the very end of the show, which I thought was a little, I got it, and I was just like, I didn't expect it to go there, was obviously the whole Orson Randall thing. I didn't know that that was the character's name, but when we see Danny with the power of an Iron Fist, but he's using guns, straight away my mind kind of leapt to an image I'd seen, which is an Iron Fist with guns. I didn't know the character's name, but I spoke to a friend of mine and he was like, oh, Orson Randall. I was like, oh, okay, so I'm not tripping. I have seen that somewhere and I'm not making it up. And yeah, I think it's interesting that he's somehow acquired the power of a former Iron Fist, probably by doing a similar kind of ceremony to the one that Davos did. But it's weird that they're taking it there. I think it makes the, well, if they're doing other Defenders, it'll make them all different, because to be honest, most of them are quite punchy. Like, everyone punches a lot. Like, even both Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, they're both like kind of brawlers, so they kind of do a lot of the same thing. The only thing that really separates them apart is their styles a little bit. So like, you've got Daredevil's kind of wicked. I don't even know what Daredevil's style is called, but man, his stuff is sick. And then you've got Danny, who's also a martial artist, but his stuff is different looking from Daredevil's, whereas Jessica and Luke are kind of the same kind of like punchy brawler kind of thing going on. But yeah, having Danny now have these guns, if they're doing other Defenders, it will just add an extra something that we didn't know before. What I'm actually hoping, right, is that this whole kind of Orson Randall kind of like power that is acquired, it makes me think of the Phantom and the Shadow, and it just makes me want to see like Iron Fist season 3 have Danny kind of be like that kind of hero, which I think would be really strange to see, but also like really cool at the same time. And I hope to God that we get to see some form of Gunkata. That would be amazing. Like, I haven't seen Gunkata done in anything recently, and I don't know why, because it was wicked in Equilibrium. It made that movie. And if they did Gunkata in Iron Fist, with this Danny Rand, with that new power that he's acquired, with those guns, that could be dope. I think they should do that. It would be wicked to see, because nobody's done Gunkata in ages, and it's time Gunkata came back and whooped some ass, because it is wicked to see. I don't care what anyone says. I've not watched Equilibrium in a while, but when you say Gunkata, I can see all those scenes in my head and how freaking cool it was. I'd love it if Danny came back like that, like doing all Gunkata, doing all the moves. That would be so unexpected and so wicked. And for me, it would make the show like even better. But yeah, I guess there's a lot to there's a lot of places it can go for a third season, and I don't think of it as any of it being necessarily like obvious as to where it can go. I know that it's definitely more going to now focus on the legacy of Kunlun and the position of Iron Fist and the power of Iron Fist. But where it goes from there, I think probably stuff about Colleen's family and kind of finding out more about it, more about what that power actually is, and the legacy of it. I think that's the only place really where the show can go. I think they did what they could do with Danny, but they probably realized that that wasn't really enough. So they did something we didn't expect, and it pretty much worked. I'm not unhappy with it. It is, like I said, it's streamlined. It's only 10 episodes, so it didn't take me that long to watch it at all. So yeah, I mean, overall I have to give it, I don't know, if we're going by like ABC rating, maybe a B minus or a C plus. C plus? I don't think a C plus is that bad. I'd say season 1 for me was definitely a D minus, definitely a D minus. So if we're going C plus, that's pretty good. C plus to B minus. I'd say that's all right. I enjoyed it more than I enjoyed Jessica Jones season 2, which I didn't enjoy that. I'd have to give that like just a straight D. I'd have to say, yeah, Iron Fist is a C plus. It's good. It's probably better if you don't know anything about Iron Fist whatsoever. Even if you know the character in passing, it's kind of not enough, but it kind of takes you to places that you didn't know you were going to go, introduces characters that you didn't know were going to be in it, like Walker, for example. Like, that stuff was really interesting. I mean, and also people will probably say it's ableist, and like that's not how like multiple personalities work. But it was still fun. Like, it was, in fiction, it was just a good bit of fiction. That's all, and I liked that. And yeah, Danny got his ass whooped, got his leg broke, got taken out, and then focus shifted. Which, when his leg got mashed up, I was like, what? Like, but how's he gonna, like, what the hell? So, but yeah, I think overall pretty good. Let me know as to what you thought of Iron Fist season 2 and what you expect from the future of Iron Fist as well in the comments. Daredevil season 3 is coming as well, and the trailer at the end of Iron Fist for that, I didn't expect it, so when it came on, man, I was so excited. I'd rather die as the devil than live as Matt Murdock. I was, oh man, I couldn't wait. And then they've released a date as well, which is October the 19th. So mere weeks after Iron Fist has like premiered, they're throwing Daredevil at it as well before the year is out, and I was just like, oh god, I'm gonna have to do another video. And I can't wait to see it. I hope it's I just hope it's wicked, because I like Daredevil. I think that's, for me, that's the best one. I think Daredevil is the best for me, because that's the one that kicked it all off, and it was so good. Season 2 wasn't as good as season 1, but it's still freaking good. I'm just hoping this is also good. I just didn't like the way the Defenders ended. Don't kill a character and instantly bring them back. I don't actually think you should kill a character unless you're actually going to kill a character. But anyway, I'm getting off subject because I'm getting excited about Daredevil. But yeah, like I said, let me know as to what you thought of Iron Fist season 2 and where it's going to go and all that kind of business, and what you want from it in the future, what you did and didn't like about this series, and even the first series as well, and how you wish for it to kind of go forward. Like, comment, subscribe, stick around and watch another video if you want. And as always, I'll catch you on the next one.